Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. I have my mom here.
Your very special guest.
Yeah, very special guest. How about you introduce yourself to the two people that listen to this that probably already know who you are?
I was going to say, well, my name is Jo, and I am 54 years old, and I don't know what else to say because I don't know what else I'm supposed to be telling people.
Well, what do you do?
I am a district human resource manager in the retail industry. I have been doing that for over 20 years as far as retail HR goes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot.
She's like a detective.
Kinda. It's kind of like being a therapist and an investigator and a babysitter and
For all the annoying managers.
For all the annoying managers and the annoying hourly people. I shouldn't be saying this. It's horrible.
Okay, so I have some questions about me, and then I'm going to ask some questions about you,
Okay.
and then I have some games.
Oh, yay.
Okay, I don't even know if you know this, what was my first word?
I have no freaking clue.
Damn, okay. Like, dada?
Probably. I think all of you are like, dada.
Ugh, gross.
I know, especially him, but whatever.
Okay. Was I early, late, or on track with achieving childhood milestones?
I would say you were either on track or a little bit ahead of the game because you were the youngest and so you wanted to keep up with your siblings. So you, again, were probably ahead of where you should have been. So you were good. You and Tyler both started walking before your first birthday. So Emily was scooting her butt. Like she would sit on her ass and use her legs to move her. But she wouldn't crawl. She never crawled. She just walked.
Okay, continuing on. Are there parenting skills that your parents used that you passed down? Like that you used on us?
Yes and no. It was very hard for me to have parented like my parents did because I didn't have a cooperative partner
Yeah.
in the whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, I used my parents as a guide.
Mm-hmm.
But
is there anything that they did that you didn't do?
they got along with each other, so that made a big difference.
So true.
Just saying. I mean, they were a team, and so if one of us was ever disrespectful to my mother, my father would like flip out.
What did you want to do as a child before you chose to become a human resources manager?
When I was younger, I wanted to be an author. I also wanted to be an actress at one point. Another point in time, I wanted to be a social worker. Yeah.
All the careers?
All the careers. And then...
Why social work? Why?
And I've always liked sociology and psychology and stuff like that. And about helping people that were in a disadvantaged situation.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was at with that. But... I mean, I kind of stayed in that realm.
Yeah.
I mean, because human resources...
You investigate people.
Yeah, well, and again, it's dealing with psychology and,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So,
What is one piece of advice you would give to your teenage self?
honestly, God, I was a follower. I never led. I just did what my friends did. I never pursued anything for myself. And so I think that kind of screwed me over because I have no clue what my passion is or what my drive is, and still to this day I don't. So I feel like I missed out on
Life.
Well, I know I missed out on a lot of life because of my situation. I wish I would have invested more in me back then, but I didn't.
Well, you have the rest of your life to do that.
I don't know, but now I'm freaking old.
No, you're not. She's like 30 and she thinks she's old.
30, I wish.
Okay. What was your first job and how much were you paid?
My first job was at Howard Johnson's, which was a restaurant. And my title was Takeout Girl. This is the thing. This is where you look back. This was 1984, okay? There were no child labor laws back then because I used to work every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Friday night from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And Saturday. Friday and Saturday, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then Sunday was 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. because it was a school night. But, I mean, they were like solid 8-hour shifts.
And that wasn't illegal?
And I was 16. No, I mean, no. And I think I got paid like $3.35 an hour. I think that was the minimum wage back then.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Think about it. 1984 is how many years ago? Almost 40 years ago. And
That's weird.
what is the...
Isn't the minimum wage in Georgia like $750.
Something like that. So think about it. 40 years, it hasn't gone up that much.
That's crazy.
It is. I only did that for like 6-7 months. That was my first job because I missed out on everything. I was 16 years old. I couldn't go to anything with my friends. Couldn't do anything because I worked every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And because I worked till 2 o'clock in the morning, by the time I got home, you got to wind down. So I slept half of the day.
So did your mom have to come pick you up at 2 a.m.?
Yep, my father used to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I would never do that for you guys.
No, I know. Exactly. I know. Wait.
Yeah. And my father would come, he would drive me to work or pick me up with his Dunkin' Donuts travel mug that used to have a whiskey highball in it.
Wait, what? He would drink?
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yep.
People in the 80s are crazy.
No.
What do you look for in a partner? Take notes, fellas.
Oh boy. If I'm on a dating app, I tend to have my parameters set to no younger than 48 and usually no older than 58. That's usually. Now, it's hard because when guys are over 60, they're freaking old men. Usually guys in my age group are old men.
Oh my gosh, there was one person that she was like on the dating app and he was literally in a coffin, like his dating profile. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I didn't swipe on him, but it was freaking weird.
Like there was like multiple pictures of this guy just laying in the coffin.
Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, back to what I want.
Sorry, not that.
I mean, honestly, it's just about communication. Communication is key.
So
Key. They have to have a sense of humor. Like, they can't be uptight. They got to be able to laugh at themselves, at just stupid stuff in this world. Do not take a stance and be crazy, like, either way, either to the right or the left. I don't want to hear any of it, really.
So you don't want to talk about politics?
You know what? There's a time and a place for conversations, and I'm more than willing to share my beliefs and my opinions. But it cannot be somebody that is obsessed with it, because there are people that are obsessed with it, and
but there is also a difference between being obsessed with it and standing up for what you believe in.
Again,
but
yeah,
to the extreme.
So I guess I don't want to be with any extremists.
Yeah.
It's just not me.
I understand that.
So there's that, the communication, honesty.
Don't cheat.
Yeah,
bare
it has
minimum.
to be faithful.
Bare minimum.
Communication.
Talk to you and not.
Don't ghost me.
Yeah.
Don't ghost me. Yeah, when you're in your 50s and getting ghosted, it kind of sucks.
Like, that's embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
They missed out on you.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Because I'm fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Just
you are.
I'm a good person. I'm a strong person. I'm pretty much the package deal.
Yeah, but you
Except for I don't cook.
We said different things.
And I overthink. Yeah, overthinking really does suck, and it ruins stuff sometimes.
Yeah. We ruined a lot of things with our overthinking.
Yeah. And sometimes people are understanding of that, but then those people flake out on you, so it really doesn't matter. Those are the biggies. I mean, trust, communication, honesty, a sense of humor.
Have to like dogs.
Oh, God. I have to love dogs.
And have to be able to sleep in a bed with 2 dogs under the covers.
Yeah. See, that's going to be my deal breaker for somebody at some point, because they're not going nowhere, my dogs. And,
If you don't know, we have 2 dogs, Pedro and Pablo.
And they are pit bull mixes, and they are the best things ever, but...
So fucking cute. They're little black and white cookies.
Yeah, they are. They're the best.
But they're really fucking annoying because they have to be on top of you at all times.
Because they love us.
They do.
And I love them.
They're the best.
They are.
What is your proudest moment in your life? Out of all the moments.
I mean, I could say the standard, with each one of my children being born.
That's boring, lame. Tomato, tomato. Something else.
But the thing is that what have I really done to be proud of? I don't know. I've overcome so much stuff. Yeah. And I'm proud of myself for that.
You should be.
But I don't know if I have like one shining moment in time, like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself.
You'll get there.
I think that I've overcome a lot.
Of course.
I've been through a lot.
And you'll get there. And then once you make it there, you'll be like, this is it.
Yep.
This is my moment.
This is my moment to shine.
Yeah. What is one thing about me that you would change? Don't be mean.
No, well, you know what? It's not necessarily being mean. Yeah, you're in your head too much, but God, I can't blame you because I do it too. Although I think you do it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to shake you and be like, stop, just stop.
That's it? You would just solve my overthinking problem?
Well, I think that would solve a lot of your problems.
It would.
And you know what? Your temper sometimes.
Well, yeah.
So.
But that's bipolar. But also, me just being a bitch half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take that. What is your worst habit? Besides overthinking.
Oh,
because I knew you were going to say that.
Overthinking. Worst habit? Jeez. You know, it was easier when I was drinking or eating crap, although I've been eating crap the past week or so I got to get back on track. But
your bad habit is that you don't complete things.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't.
So
I have a lot of ideas, and I may start things, but I either let it go halfway through, or I may have the ideas and I never start it. I plan to start it, but never start it. I procrastinate, like, a lot. I've always been a person that waited till the very last minute to get stuff done, and I still do it today. Even for work, I wait till the day before a deadline. I used to do, term papers the day before they were due. And I remember my father used to why do you do this? Because, I'd stay up all night or whatever the case is. It's like, why do you do this stuff? And my saying always was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? Which used to piss him off because he was not like that. But for me, it worked. And I don't know if I work well under pressure or I just lucked out. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah. How do you want the world to remember you?
I just want to be remembered.
You will be.
I don't think I've done anything significant.
I think you have. You have 3 great children.
Yeah.
And you are loved at work. Your coworkers and your colleagues and your bosses love you. They think she's like the funniest bitch on the team.
Yeah, but outside of that, I don't volunteer. I don't give back. I don't have oodles of friends.
Well, you can always change that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's better to have a close inner circle.
I know.
And, you're my best friend. So.
I know. But that's the whole thing. So at this point in my life, my children are it. And that's pretty sad. And I'm not saying that it's sad.
Yeah, no, I get it. But you can... Didn't you want to go to church? Or... We keep talking... We've been saying, let's go to church for 5 years.
I know.
And then we never go.
But it's one of those things, again, we talk about it, just never do it.
What was the most challenging thing about raising me?
Honestly?
Yeah, be honest.
You would scream and cry all the time.
Yeah.
And I know that it was response to trauma. And so I always tried to soothe you and coddle you and, make you feel better. But what I did in turn was baby you. Mm-hmm. And I think that made it worse.
Yeah.
And it was hard because first of all, at a drop of a hat, you would just go off. And I obviously, again, we go back to the part that I did not have any support from anybody else.
Yeah, because Greg was
he would just take it and yell at you like crazy about it.
That sucks.
It did.
But you're out of that shit.
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever played Categories?
No.
Okay. So basically, I'm gonna give you a topic, and then you have to answer with a word that starts with a specific letter.
Okay.
Okay. So pick a letter. Any letter.
S.
Yes. Okay. I'm also gonna play with you. So first category is famous people. Sandra Oh.
The first person that comes to my mind is Sean Cassidy. He was a singer, and he was an actor, in the 70s. But that was the first concert I ever went to, was a Sean Cassidy concert. Oh. My father, he was like the Justin Bieber of his day. Oh. And my father took me and my best friend, Terry Ann at the time.
Terry Ann.
And, yeah. Poor guy. I mean, it was
he
a bunch
went
of...
with you?
Yeah, he went.
And it was just a bunch of teenagers.
We were 10, 11 years old.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Wow. Things you find in an office.
A stapler.
Oh, that's good. I don't...
Can I help you?
Sure.
Scissor?
Oh my god. Yes, scissors. Okay. Items you can buy at IKEA. Shelf.
Server. A server.
Like a person?
No.
What can I get for you?
No. No, a server, like a buffet server or something like that. It's a piece of furniture.
Things to do at Christmas time. Sing.
I was gonna say that, loser. Chop the sails.
Animals.
Snake.
Silly goose.
Oh god.
I don't know.
Salamander.
Sally the salamander.
Slug.
Ew.
Sleuth.
Dangerous activities. Shoplifting.
Skydiving.
Good one. Places to go on a date.
Who dates?
So true.
Skating. Which would be a horrible idea.
No place that you go on a date, not a thing you do on a date.
Oh,
Six Flags.
okay.
Just like a place
A place
that you would
with an
want.
S. A shopping mall?
Now we're gonna talk about our favorite subject, mental health.
Woohoo.
So if you'd like to share, look at Papa staring at himself in the mirror. If you'd like to share your mental health, oh my Papa, you're gonna ruin the freaking audio. Sit down, please. Sit. No, you can't. No, probably hear sniffing. Papa, please, back. No breathing loud. Okay.
I would say probably since my early 20s, I have suffered from depression and anxiety. Gradually worse, based upon how my life was going. So
No filter. Call him out.
well, I would say probably for the past 10, 15 years, it was really bad because I was in an abusive relationship, and that's really hard. It takes away a lot from you. It breaks you, and it takes away your sense of self-worth, your self-esteem. You don't ever feel worthy or anything. So hard period. And then of course, when you have somebody that cheats and lies and everything like that, it just makes you feel not even human.
Yeah.
Because why would you be treated like that?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I've been in therapy for years, really, but honestly, I am in such a good place right now, and it's so strange because honestly, the thing.
Pedro, oh my god, please stop. Ugh, they're so close to the mic, they're probably breathing in it. Please stop kissing. Thank you.
You're so
You
cute.
guys better not be breathing. I mean, don't breathe into the mic is what I meant. Okay.
Okay. So I suffered for many years, went through therapy, did a lot of stuff. I mean, my stuff goes all the way back to being a child, though, because I was adopted, I have abandonment issues, I just have all sorts of crap in my world that has been dark. And once I finally broke free of your father, I started to be able to breathe again. But there were still so many things about me that, first of all, I didn't know and I didn't like. And one of the big things was my weight, because I think the reason that I allowed myself to get the way I did was because it was kind of like a control thing. Because he controlled everything in my world, he couldn't control my weight. So, things started to get better. I mean, I have a good job. I bought this house. I mean, there was, just some good things happening in my life finally. And I decided to go to Mexico and get weight loss surgery by myself, I might add. It was a great experience. So if anybody ever wants to hear about that, I can fill you in.
What kind of surgery you get?
Gastric sleeve.
Okay.
So beforehand you go through this, pre-op diet. At this point, it's almost 2 years ago, so it's kind of hard to remember what it was. But, it's you cut out a lot of food. I mean, I think I lost like 11, 12 pounds in that like week and a half.
Damn. You lost 11 pounds in a week and a half?
Yeah. Well, when you're a fat fuck,
Okay. Can't say that anymore.
No, I'm not anymore, but I was. I was a fat fuck.
Okay.
Anyway.
Pedro, you can't do that. Pedro? I'm so sorry about that. Pedro unplugged my fucking microphone. I love you, but you're so annoying. Anyway, continue. They cut out what?
They cut out 80% of my stomach. And honestly, it was like no big deal.
It was like no big deal.
First of all, they keep you in the hospital. It's a totally different experience than what you'd have in America, but that's besides the point. But
why did you go to Mexico?
Because you didn't have to jump through hoops. I would not qualify for the surgery here in the States because I'm too healthy. So even though I was a good weight for the surgery, I don't have any problems, so I would never qualify. In the States, you have to go through like this whole program to get approved, and they make you go for psych evals, and they make you do all this stuff, and they could still turn you down. So this was literally, I found this place, and I did research. Don't think that I just went to the first person off of the internet, but I called them in September, and I had a surgery date in November. 2 months later, I could have done it sooner, but that just worked out for me. But that being said, I could just do it. And also a heck of a lot cheaper, and everything was all inclusive. So, you're in a hotel for 5 days, or no, you're in a hotel for 3 or 4 nights, you're in the hospital for 2 nights, all of that's included. Basically, after the hospital stay, and I went back to the hotel, the first day I kind of just chilled out because coming off anesthesia is never good for me. But then the next day, I went on a tour of Tijuana with a bunch of people, and yeah. So I made friends that I'm still friends with now. I was going to say the Wall of China. Not the Wall of China.
The Wall of China?
I saw the wall, the one Trump was building. I saw the wall. I saw the Atlantic Ocean.
Wall of China.
Whatever.
Continue.
And after I came back, I was on liquids for like 2 freaking weeks, and it sucked.
Drinking broth.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. It's been 18 months since my surgery, and
you counting those months?
Well, because it was a significant one.
Yeah.
And, I went through periods where I didn't feel I was losing fast enough. Felt like I was slow and stuff like that. But, overall, I lost 125 pounds.
That's awesome.
And, I dropped, I think I figured it out at one point, like 9 sizes.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is crazy. And the fact that I can fit into a small of anything is just freaking
Yeah, and now you wear crop tops and...
Well, no. Okay, I wore a crop top.
Yesterday.
But... Just because it works doesn't mean I should, okay?
No, you should.
I'm 54 years old, and I have wrinkly belly skin.
Okay, everyone has belly skin. Doesn't matter how it looks.
Anyway, I went in for the surgery for the sole purpose of feeling better about myself. It wasn't necessarily the weight. I just knew that not having the weight would make me feel better about myself. And it was something that I truly wanted, because for so many years, I felt crappy about myself on so many levels. And as the months went by and I started to see the change and stuff like that, I have felt so much better, and...
Mentally and physically?
Yeah, mentally and physically. I started walking 5 miles a day.
You want to tell them what you do?
I don't do it all the time.
Well, I do. I'm not ashamed of it.
Okay. So I walk circles in my house a lot of times. And
like 10 miles worth of circles.
No.
Okay, you did
I did
one
once,
point.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Basically, the way we have our house set up, it's like a little racetrack.
Yeah.
And literally, if I am home, I am constantly on the go.
Me too.
So if I'm working from home and I'm on the phone, I am walking circles. I just don't sit.
And if you're walking circles, I'm like on the other side walking circles, and sometimes I'll be like, you need to walk faster.
That came with it. I don't do any other exercise, but, whatever.
Come to the gym with me.
No, thanks. But that being said, it has changed everything in my life. For the first time in my life, I feel comfortable in my own skin. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the way I look.
As you should.
I feel like it's exciting to be able to buy clothes because, hello, I don't have to buy plus size, ugly ass, expensive things. I now can buy, mainstream, normal things. I fit in Junior's
Okay,
clothes.
don't say normal. Plus size isn't...
No, it's not abnormal, but okay.
I understand what you mean.
And I guarantee you, having been plus size for 20 years or more, I would say that almost every plus size woman would love to shop in a normal, finger quoted store. It's just, it makes you feel horrible to have to go with the options they give you.
Yeah,
They're
and it's
so
like a
limited.
whole separate store.
Yeah.
Like Lane Bryant is specifically just for plus size women.
Mm-hmm. Torrid.
I just don't, why can't they just put it in all the other stores?
Oh, they do have a woman's section.
Right.
In like Macy's and stuff like that, but it's never the same. It's never... it's gotten better over the years where some of the stuff is okay, but
needs more inclusivity.
It's just not fun at all,
Yeah.
at all. And so, that's definitely a nice perk for this.
Yeah.
But again, I just, God, and my coworkers and stuff like that, they have all, made comments about how they can see my confidence has changed. Everything about me has changed. People will comment on Facebook that, I look happy now and that I smile and,
because I look at pictures of you from like 10 years ago. You look miserable.
I was miserable.
Exactly. So now you're out of that shit and I'm very proud of you.
I have light in my life again.
Yeah.
And, life is good. Life is good.
We're going on a cruise.
Yeah, we're going on a cruise. When you think about it, I've done things over the past few years I mean,
that you never did during your marriage.
no.
Never.
No. And also, like, hello, I bought this house.
Yeah.
I never, ever, ever, ever would have thought that
He
I'd be
wouldn't
able
let
to.
you. Well, he screwed you over financially. Tell them, oh my god, tell them what he did when your mom died. Do tell.
So my mother died in 2002. You know, we got money out of the deal. Yeah, he decided
Stupid.
to go and surprise me with a brand new Lexus, right? Yeah, he took my mother's money and bought me a car without asking me. And then I left a job and I had a 401k and he took all the money to pay bills. It is what it is. So here I am, 54 years old, and I barely have a retirement to my name.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, surgery, best thing ever. Best thing ever. Would 100% recommend. Wish I would have done it a lot sooner, but I couldn't. You know what? Life happens, and
Everything happens for a reason.
you know what? I had to wait until I did it because I had kids, and after my ex left, I mean, you guys never went to him. We didn't have parenting agreements where every other weekend,
yeah.
or I mean, none of that happened. It was all me all the time.
Yeah, because we didn't want to be with him.
I know.
I mean, we did live with him at one point, but, you know.
That was all of 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
That's how long it lasted.
And then we were like, fuck this. Let's go. Let's move into the 2-bedroom apartment that she was
Yeah, because
living
after
in.
my kids decided to ditch me for Daddy-O, I decided to go into an apartment. I was by myself for the first time in my life ever. This was 2019. And I downsized, like, all the way down. And I got a 2-bedroom apartment. I was going to get 1 bedroom, but I got 2 because whatever. So 6 months into this, my 2 daughters decide that they're going to come live with me. So
Bunk beds!
yeah, I had to get bunk beds. It was
awesome.
interesting. It was interesting.
I enjoyed having a bunk bed. And that was, like, the beginning of quarantine when we moved in. I have so many memories of being in that apartment during quarantine because we spent all day watching Grey's Anatomy. We would order salads from O'Charlie's and
we ordered a lot of stuff from other places too.
We
DoorDash, oh my god.
I spent so much money on DoorDash. So I was working at this trampoline park before COVID shut everything down. And then once it did, I started getting unemployment. And this trampoline park was only paying me probably $7.50. It was like basically minimum wage. And once COVID happened, I was getting $600 a week from unemployment. And to this day, I regret not saving any of it.
They would blow their money. I mean, a 50-inch TV.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I still have that TV. It's very, very useful.
Oh, Pedro, to get on top of the bunk bed, they bought like $70 stairs for the dog to climb up to the top of the bunk.
We only had those bunk beds for what? Like, not even a year?
Yeah, because then we moved to the townhouse, and then you had your own room. What else did you buy?
A lot of food. And a lot of clothes, like off Shein, when that was, just becoming big. Yeah. I would buy a bunch of shit off there. It was mainly DoorDash, though. We would order DoorDash, like, every meal of every day. I mean, I was 16. I just spent my money recklessly.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't change it now, but if I could, I would have put all of it into savings.
God, can you imagine? I feel like I've been a very boring guest.
No, you've been a great guest.
I feel like...
First guest.
I feel like I didn't add a lot of value here.
No, you did. You added your story, your whole life story.
Well, not really. I have a lot more to my life than this, but...
No, do tell.
Do tell. Well, first, I was born.
My mom's adopted, and her biological mom is a lesbian, so that's where we think I got it from. Anyway, continue.
Well, I don't know about that, but my biological father was the one who found me first, okay?
On the street?
No, through a registry.
Why did I think you were, like, dropped off at a fire station in, a baby carriage?
No.
Don't people do that when they want to get rid of their babies?
I guess they could, but no, I was put up through adoption agency, and...
I always thought that you were just dropped off somewhere.
No, oh my god.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, I was 29 or 28 when he found me. So through him, I was able to find my biological mother. And back then, this is back in 1996, 97-ish. There wasn't really a lot of internet stuff going on. There was no texting. Not everybody had an email. God, we've come a long way in
What did you do if you didn't
years.
have an email? Carrier pigeon?
Pretty much. No, it's called a letter with a stamp that went through the post office and mail.
Doesn't that take a week?
No, not really, but it could. But anyway, so I mailed my biological mother a letter and I didn't hear back for a while. And then when I did, she had said to me that she had done so much acid and LSD when she was pregnant with me that she didn't want to look at me.
Holy shit.
Because
what?
she was afraid I was deformed. And so I always say, that's my problem.
Because
Because she did so much drugs when I was in utero that's why I'm fucked up.
there's a lot of other things that contributed to that.
Yeah. Well, I spent the first year of my life in foster care.
That's
So
crazy.
I was kind of just shoved around. So because I never bonded with my mother or anybody for that matter, because I was passed around, I have abandonment issues.
Yeah.
My childhood was just my childhood, whatever.
Yeah.
It was overall, it was good, so.
Yeah. You had loving parents.
I did. I had very loving parents. I never didn't know I was adopted. I always knew. And I used to think that, this is maybe where you got your story from. I used to think that they went, because they only wanted a girl, and back then they could be choosy and picky.
Yeah.
Not like today. I used to think that they went into like this room with all these, like a baby lineup, and they picked me. So I just felt that they went in a room and they had all these babies, and oh, that one!
That's the one.
That's the one. That's not how it happened, but that's what I used to think when I was younger.
Were you already named Joe before?
Nope, that's my mother's doing.
Okay.
My
Why did she
birth
choose?
name was Elisa.
Oh, that's Emily's middle name.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. I never knew why that was. Never knew.
Yeah.
Why Joe?
Because she wanted to name my brother Stephen Joseph. And my father said no, because Joseph is a very popular name in my mother's family. So she got her way by naming me Joe.
But no E.
Nope. And it's
But-
been a screwed up name my whole life. I hated it. People think I'm a guy. People think, whatever.
But if you just do your first and then middle initial, it is Joe.
I know.
With
So
me.
they really picked a great one.
I used to think when I was a kid that your full first name was Joellen.
No.
Like, and that was just your name? Because it flows off the tongue so well. Joellen.
Well, I used to go by Dwellin when I was younger because I hated Joe so much. But when I was like 16 or so, then all of a sudden I was like, Joe is cool.
Joe's cool.
And so I dropped the Ellen. So, pretty much if anybody calls me Joellen, I know that it's somebody that I've known a really long time. Or family.
Yeah.
Older family. Because nobody calls me Joellen anymore. Like, nobody.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody refer to you as John.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to name my kid Jojo.
Jojo?
I
Jojo
would-
Siwa?
Yeah, put a bow on it. No, I think that's a cute name. It's 2023. You can name whatever gender you, whatever.
Well, Joe is a neutral name there. It could be
Yeah.
either one.
But I don't know. I want my child to have some sort of family name, and I look up to you because you're my best friend. So I
you.
want that.
I always wanted to name a girl Georgie.
Georgie, like Pennywise, Georgie. You'll float too.
No. After my father, who's
Oh,
George.
yeah.
So Georgie.
George Bush.
But
I mean,
no. But yeah, your father wouldn't let me.
motherfucker.
Yeah. So-
Well,
But your middle name is my mother's.
yeah. D. I'm sorry, Gladys, but that's fugly. Why did you do DD? I would have been more accepting of that. It's just D.
I mean, I don't know, but I thought I was doing you a favor by dropping the second D.
Saving a syllable.
Yeah, well,
It's a little weird.
And it wasn't initially. It was gonna be Deanna or something like that. Like I was gonna change it up a little bit and not be D. And then as time went on, I was like, no, D. That was my mother's name. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So, because Deanna, that didn't exist at all. I was just trying to
Princess Diana.
D Anna. Like
Oh.
it would have been D in there,
I
but
see.
and then your brother got my father's name as his middle name. So basically, all three of you have a middle name related to me.
Where did Tyler come from? Just like
Just
random.
the name that we liked at the time.
Wasn't I gonna be named like Carly or something?
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Yep. Emily was gonna be
Frankie?
no. It was like Ashley or something like that.
Yeah.
Tyler, Emily, and your names were all they were popular names at the time that we could agree upon.
Did you just go to like a random name generator? Oh wait, this was earlier.
Yeah.
So you had to like go in a book or something?
Yeah. Went in a book.
Baby name.
Well, by the time you came around, there was like the internet, but
Yeah.
it wasn't on your phone and stuff like that. It was very different.
Yeah.
And you know what? He never gave me an ounce of issue about it, but now he'll throw it in my face.
Yeah, of course.
Because, whatever.
He's a dick. Hate to cut it short, but I got a Waz. So, is there anything you would like to add?
No, I'm just sorry if I put anybody to sleep.
I don't think you did. You're very entertaining.
I'm not really.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, am I supposed to? I didn't come prepared.
Okay, well, if you do, I'll obviously have you back because I don't have any friends. So,
You do. What do you want to be when you grow up?
a psychologist. I mean, I'm gonna get my degree in child psychology because I've been to therapy, like, as long as I can remember. I don't remember a time in my life where I wasn't in therapy. It's just, like, most of my childhood, when I think back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I went to therapy consistently. And there's been a lot of therapists that have changed my life and made me view things differently, and I want to be able to do that to a child. That sounded weird. Do that for a child.
Right.
Because I have a
think
lot
that's
of compassion for it.
I used to want to be a therapist at one point too, or something, but
Go to school with
too
me.
late in the game for me. Yeah, but you know what? I'm 54 years old. By the time I would finish school, I'd be like 65. And then who the hell wants to start on a whole new career then? I'm fucking old.
You're not
Sucks.
fucking old. You're just middle old. But not very old at all because you look like you're 20.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Anyway.
I mean, I look decent for 54.
Yeah, you do.
I'll give myself that.
Hell
little
yeah, you
pat on the
do.
back. I know, I look pretty good.
She does. So men, take notes. She needs a boy toy.
A boy toy. No. That's what I used to call your father.
Ew, gross.
Because he was 5.5 years younger than me. I will never go that young again.
And he was also like, what, 5'8"?
Yeah, he was short, man.
Shorty. Anyway, okay.
That's horrible. You're going to offend people by that.
Okay, no, it's just funny because he's a dick, so.
A short dick.
Okay.
A stubby dick. Shut up now.
Okay, bye.